And so every night we bring you superstars exclusive to Channel Africa. And tonight I want to bring a very interesting man who's been quite an inspiration. Started off on the streets and he made it to some of the biggest choreography stages on this African scene. Pacou Mutombo is a multi-disciplinary artist whose journey began on the streets as a dancer and has since grown to include choreographer, actor, concept creator, stage director, MC, TV host, and voiceover artist. He's worked on major international platforms including The Voice across South Africa, Nigeria, and Afrique Francophone. He also served as the TV host of the dance show Dance Africa Dance, bringing African dance cultures to audiences continentally. Pacou is a creator and host of Country Dance, his own talk show on YouTube, focused on honest conversations about art, growth, and the creative industry. He also made history as the first African superhero in the hit TV series Jongo, which is currently streaming on Prime Video. Today, his mission is to empower the youth through mentorship, creating work, and opening industry doors, and he's our guest tonight. Good evening, Pacou. Hi, Pacou. Can you hear me? Good evening. Welcome to the show.
Yes, good evening. How are you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good.
How are things going?
Things are going well, but this is a good surprise. I got this invite, and being so busy here in South Africa, opening all these stores that I'm busy with, I didn't know I was being interviewed by you.
You see, you're such a mega superstar. We got to have you on a radio station that speaks to 54 countries on the African continent. You got a very interesting story from a street dancer. Now, you know, we can't even get you for like 5 minutes. You're busy making moolah.
Wouldn't want to say money. Yes, you know what? No doubt. Let me take it. Yes, I've been blessed. I've been blessed. I've been blessed.
Fantastic. So you evolved from a dancer to a choreographer, actor, concept creator, stage director, MC. You've done everything. Which has been the most challenging?
Honestly speaking, I would say acting. Acting. I've done a lot of, obviously, like you heard. Started in the streets dancing. Although acting was my first love. Grew up watching Jackie Chan, to be quite honest with you, karate movies, Chinese movies, wanting to jump from the floor to the roof. So I started thinking, okay, for me,
we all did, man. We all did. We all thought we were Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee.
Yes. And I said to myself, in order for me to jump like that, because I seriously thought as a kid it was possible, it was humanly possible to actually jump from the ground onto the roof. So I said, okay, in order for me to do that, I need to start acting. So let's start acting. To my surprise, although I did theater and all that stuff, acting for TV is very different. But I learned on the job. Let me just put it that way. So that has been the most challenging.
No, I understand. Yeah, and which do you enjoy the most, though?
Acting.
Okay.
I have this thing where I say to myself, you know what? We all have this one life that we need to live and make the best out of, yeah? And I thought to myself, what's the best way to live it? By actually seeing how other people think. I'm very intrigued on how the human mind works. So learning on how mind works intrigues me to be quite inquisitive to find out how other people's mind work in certain situations. So to kind of have a glimpse of that, I thought acting can actually show me the way in order for me to answer my questions. So yeah, acting is one of the things I love doing because I get to do that. So basically killing two birds with one stone.
All right. Hey, everybody enjoys what you've done with The Voice across South Africa, Nigeria, and Afrique Francophone. Tell me about your discovery of African talent and storytelling. What do you think makes us who we are?
What I think makes us who we are is, first of all, I must say these boundaries are truly man-made.
I agree.
These borders are truly man-made because working on the Voice South Africa, the Voice Nigerian Francophone is you really see that we all have one story through
Okay.
struggles, through our storytelling, through culture, tradition, and respect. We literally have one story, although we are divided through our languages, which obviously are just slightly how can I use the word? I can't say changed, but they just the different words to express the same thing, showing that we
Mm-hmm.
come from one place. It really shows through our expression of who we are when expressing ourselves in front of people, and that's what makes us world class.
Yeah. Hallelujah to that. Absolutely 100% correct. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you've also hosted Dance Africa. Dance, how did you use that platform to showcase African dance culture, which you totally understand? Are there major differences or similar to what you've just said, we are one people?
To be quite honest with you, with Dance Africa Dance, I mostly wanted to show the differences in cultures. Because
Okay.
although we are one, we speak one language, we express ourselves differently. So with Dance of Africa Dance, with the emerge of, not emerge, like the joint of Indian dancing with African dancing, with the people I've worked with in terms of the dancers, the competitors, I said, use this platform, yeah, to really show how proud we are, how identity and who we actually are in movement. Because I believe this could be so biased, but I really don't care. Everything comes from Africa. Everything. I'm a
True.
hip hop dancer, a street
True.
dancer, and when you do your history, you actually realize that the people in America are silenced by them not necessarily saying that everything from contemporary and all that comes from
Mm,
Africa. You know what
mm,
I mean? So we are the core of movement. Hence, I'm a sole believer of frequency. I even got a thing called potion, which is poetry in motion, where I tell dancers in a circle, we hold space for them, and we play a song that they don't know, and I say to them, just express yourself. We're holding
mm,
space for you, unjudged, unscrutinized. Express yourself because that's where everything will come from. That's just
mm.
how spiritual and how powerful and enriched we are in our history and especially in our movement. So through that is where I used African Dance Africa Dance for the African dancers to really show who we are as African.
All right. What is also interesting is you've also got into the podcast platform and space. Confidence
Yeah,
is what you're working on at the moment. How is that different
confidence.
to how is it different to your other dance concept showcase and TV productions? What is challenging about confidence?
What's challenging about, I can't say really okay, apart from the fact that it's self-funded, it's something that, how can I put this? I look at confidence as a platform, rather, if I can take it, your question this way, a platform where I believe anybody who's aspiring to do something, yeah, they watch confidence to understand that when you go through obstacles and all that kind of stuff, it's normal. It's not a thing
Hmm.
that that TV sells you that, oh, everything is a straight and narrow. You just gotta go through all this and everything just works out. It's like as if it's Disney. It doesn't work like that. So I really keep it raw with confidence in showing people who are interested in the industry in becoming a stage director or creative or whatever through dance, because I learned all this through dance. From dance, I was exposed to acting, stage directing, artists, and everything that I learned. I became the person that I am. So,
All
in
right.
order for you to pick what it is that you want to do, there's a starting point. So, this platform is what I use to keep it raw and tell everybody how it's difficult at first, but the minute you go past that hurdle, you're good to go. So basically, that's
Fantastic.
what it is that I do with that. Yeah.
All right. Palco, stay with us. We're going to take a quick break and we are right back in a few moments. Always sharing amazing and beautiful African stories. My guest tonight is Pacou, and this guy has done everything. Welcome back, brother.
Thank you very much, Tich.
The next question is pretty interesting. You possibly, apart from Wakanda, you're possibly one of the first African superheroes. What was your magic in jungle?
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I'm not gonna lie. The way I got the role, it was, I believe it was truly a blessing. So, the producing company was looking for, we wanted to tell a story. They wanted to tell a
Okay.
story. And me being a dancer, I was performing at a end of year function, which by the way I did not want to do. I really didn't want to do because I was doing it 3 years straight, and I'm like, no, for the fourth year, I'm sure everybody's sick and tired of me, but I got twisted handed into doing it, and I thank them for that because this wouldn't have happened. Not knowing that with my performance, 5 minute performance, there was a producer, the writer rather, of Django. And funny enough, I must actually thank his dad because his dad said to him, "You know what, my son? That's dancing. That right there is dancing." And from there, coming off stage, there's Gareth Crocker came came and spoke to me and said, "Listen, wearing a cowboy hat. I don't know why." He says he wasn't, but I'm like, I remember him wearing a cowboy hat, and he said, "We really love what you did on stage. Do you act?" And I'm like, "Dude, acting takes first wheel." And from
Okay.
there, I went before screening, and they loved how I performed. The next thing you knew, superhero, and that's how it happened.
So what are your superpowers, man? Do you blow things up with your, um,
Agility,
ray coming from
strength,
your eyes?
speed. No, my okay. Funny enough, Tich, my eyes show when I'm powered up because it's all about crystals. There's blue
Okay.
crystals, a red
Okay.
crystal, and green
Okay.
crystals. So the blue crystal is agility and all of that. So I found my blue crystal, and as a dancer, which is what I really was at the time. So they used that story to tell this, or should I say, they used my real life livinghood at that time to tell the story, and obviously finding the stone, and next thing you know, I'm this guy who's saving people. I have to change and save the world from this explosion and all that. And then yeah, the rest is history, I guess.
Lovely, man. I got to check it out. You're on Prime Video, right? Anything
Yeah,
work
yeah,
you working on right now in terms of big budget and big platform projects similar
to be
to Django?
to be quite honest with you, no, I'm actually really not. I've really stepped into what it is I think I've been called for, which is to
Okay.
empower the youth.
Oh,
As we speak right now, I work for, we created a thing called the Urban Playground. It's a place where we literally let the youth come in and we teach them. We actually working with the government. We we pay, the government pays them to be taught by us. Crazy, right? how
but
how
that's a
yeah.
really clever thing to do. Well done to the government. Yeah.
Thank you very much. So they like what we were doing and how we want to empower and train up the youth. So they liked it, and they said, you know what, we want to jump into this thing, and that's exactly what I'm really busy with right now. That's what's paying the bills right now, to be quite honest with you. So as soon as I have this established, which I don't know how long it'll take, but I'm quite happy where I am right now.
Okay.
Then yeah, I will look at big budgeted stuff and everything. But for now, I'm at the urban playground.
Fantastic. Urban playground. What is the concept? Does anybody just walk into a room and you teach them how
Yeah, so
to
the
be?
urban playground is literally a playground that the founder Adriano Miguel Franco, who has created. It's a place where, obviously, we are 90s, 80s and 90s kids, yeah. So to play soccer, we would drive to one place. To play basketball, we would drive to a different place. To skate, we would drive. So he
Yes.
created a space right here at Four Ways Mall in South Africa, and another one in Rosebank Mall in Rosebank in South Africa, where everything is in one space. Everything. So you can skate indoors. The skate park is indoors. There's a gaming section, retail section, and a space for dance. A space like practically, let's just say, it's a haven for anybody who always found it hard to find a community, because that's
Okay.
exactly what we are building right now. Yeah.
Well done. Fantastic. Love it, love it, love it.
Thank you.
So
Thank
African
you.
creativity is getting global attention these days, with the internet and all these social media handles. What do you think we are most misunderstood as Africans by the international community?
I think it's the lack of chance to obviously to express ourselves.
Mm,
The people are quick to jump into expressing themselves off of a word that you may drop that will trigger something in their minds for them to automatically jump into the conversation, as opposed to listening from start to finish and then speaking. Not that I'm saying that everybody does that, but I tend to feel that everybody has a perception of what who Africans are. And when
mm,
you talk about certain things, like, okay, it's really going to sound ignorant, but it's the only thing that's coming to mind now, that like we have planes and stuff here. There are really certain people out there who are still surprised, although they do have everything in the palm of their hand. I think it's this belief that such things are available and everywhere around here. And
mm,
most importantly, to dive in, traditionally, we are really enriched in our cultures. And I think it's one of the things that they won't understand, like something like Ubuntu.
yeah.
Most people won't understand that. It's
Mm,
it's 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 togetherness. Like
mm,
you break bread with somebody. Do you know what I'm saying? And to
mm,
some other how can I don't want to say races, but the other ethnic groups, if I can put it that way,
hmm
outside of Africa,
mm.
it's quite foreign. So it's
They don't
small
even
things
understand
like
that
that.
concept, man. They don't even understand that
Nothing.
concept.
You
How,
know what I mean?
you
Like
know,
it's like we have enough, so
yeah,
come get. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But to
yeah.
them, it's like, no, but this is mine. But yeah, it's yours, but it's mine too because there's enough for everybody. Do you get you know what I mean? So that's
I
why
hear you.
I sometimes feel like we are misunderstood in thinking that, we're just these happy people, not understanding that
Mm,
there's actually a code and something structured that's been done enough with our forefathers to actually be the way that we are because it worked back then and it's in
yeah.
our blood to be how we are. But it's just that the way that people want to drive the
Mm,
narrative is that make us look some type of way, which obviously ostracize, what's the word? Ostracizes us to be
yes.
looked
Yeah.
at from a micro perspective type setup.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Paco. Time is always an enemy, man. I would have loved to hang out with you for the rest of the
Uh,
night. And
trust
yeah,
me.
how can people get in touch with you? I'm quite interested, to ensure that young people who are in similar storylines such as yours, get the right kind of platform in order for them to blossom.
Well, they can get in touch with me. Well, IG. IG is really where I do my thing. So Pacou, Pacou dot official on IG.
Mm,
At Pacou, Pacou dot official on IG. Drop me a DM and yeah, let's start this conversation.
fantastic. Paco, you're the man. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Tich Me, some Taz. Funny now, I need to say this. I used to listen to you, if I may, on 5FM, right? It was on 5FM.
Yes, yes. You don't even look that
That's how,
old.
that's and you had a show on TV too. I forgot what it was.
It
That's what I'm
was
saying. Like when I
called Was a Friday.
there you go, yeah. So I saw you, and I'm like, yo, man, there's a guy on TV who looks like me. It was like dark, you know what I mean? In South Africa, they always put the light people. And I'm like, whoa, this guy is cool. You know what I'm saying? And then when I
Thank you,
found out
man.
that you were
Thank
on
you.
5FM, I was like, oh. So my brothers and I used to call you
Mm.
Teach Me Some Taz because we used to say what you do on TV was, I swear, no lies. But
My
anyway,
brother,
it
I
was a
owe you a
pleasure.
drink. I owe you a drink. I'll give you a
Let's
call.
go. Let's go.
Okay.
It was a pleasure. Pleasure was all
Fantastic.
mine. Thank you so
Absolute
much.
pleasure. This is
Keep well.
Channel Africa. It's 11.